as the chairperson of the meeting. It's just that I wanted to highlight the inconsistency in terms of previous process and the way we've handled today. Having said that, chairperson, there are some glaring issues with the DORA bill. There are some issues with the report as well, and I therefore would need to consult widely with my colleagues, and as such the Democratic Alliance would like its to reserve its position at this stage, and we will make a final decision when the bill comes before the House. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ryder. While I respect your view, but at the same time, I said this was sent to you beforehand so that you can go through these recommendations, as you're saying. But also, I said today I will give you an opportunity. I expected you members that if there are things that you have seen that you want to raise, you had an opportunity to raise them. So I find it a little bit unfair to say we have rushed through, but you have the right to have that observation, Honorable Ryder. But I think from the table, I think we have done everything possible. Maybe next time you can tell us how best you think you can do it. But I know for a fact, if it's not time, you complain about other things, Honorable Ryder. But I have noted.
Yeah, Chair. I think can I comment? Chairperson Mbisi.
Okay, Mbisi. Yes, you can come in, Honorable Mbisi.
Can I comment, Chair?
Yes. You're welcome.
I'm losing. I can't hear you. You just disappeared.
You can come in, Honorable Mbisi.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chairperson. I think you are correct. I think we have received as provinces this document earlier, not even yesterday. And I think the content and what is captured, I think we fully agree with that. And I also want to second what Honorable Dutoit's recommendation to be included on the issues of drought. I think that will make sense. I think we needed that. And I think in the last discussion, we also spoke about that as well. So I want to re-emphasize the inclusion of that particular item as recommended by Honorable Fanny Dutoit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other one?
Yes, Chair.
Yeah, who's that?
This is the Toy speaking, Chair.
Okay, Honorable Dutoit.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I just want to react to what the Honorable Karim said earlier when I mentioned that this is purely a fictional exercise. The fact of the matter is that none of these figures will stay the same. It will be adjusted. That's what I meant when I said it was fictional. I understand the process that this must be adopted. I'll leave it there. And then with regards to the adoption of the reports, the Freedom Front Plus wants to reserve its position. Thank you, Chair.
The latter part of your presentation is what I was looking for, not the other one, because we have dealt with the discussions. Honorable EFF.
Chair.
Reserve.
The EFF will just abstain.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think the report has been adopted. Thank you very much. With those issues raised by DA, EFF, and FF+. Thank you very much. That's the report.
Before you close the item, Chair, can I comment?
Who's that? Mbisi?
Yes, Chair.
Yes, you can comment.
Sorry, Chair, to interject, but I raised this point in the last meeting. I know that honourable members have the right to abstain and engage the way they do. But our worry as a province is that every time members will engage and make recommendations on the documents, and some of us support some of their views. But when it comes to a vote on a matter, you find that we have adopted their recommendations, but they don't want to vote and reserve their rights. And I think that is politically incorrect. Thank you very much, Chair.
Okay, I think we had a serious
Chairperson.
a debate about the matter last time. It was explained. Am I out of order?
Chairperson, can I just come in here, please, Eunice?
Okay, Honorable Eunice.
Yeah, firstly, sorry, I got cut off for a moment. I think in fairness to you, not just because you're my buddy, you know, I don't know what is meant by you went through it fast. You simply said, page 1, any comments? Nobody commented. Page 2, there's no other way I can think of. It went fast because members did not comment. It's not because you rushed the meeting. Firstly, so I think that's an unfair thing to say. Secondly, as I recall, we did get an earlier draft of the report before 5 p.m. yesterday. When Estelle sent the second report, she said there were some changes to it. So the first draft, which is quite, I think, significantly overlapped to the second draft, is much the same as that. Thirdly, you know, strictly speaking, most members of parliament, not all obviously, read the observations and recommendations because what's there is what counts ultimately. It's the only practical sense that we have to abide by and implement. So I think, you know, it is about 8 pages of reading, and that could easily have been done, even if we got 5. So I think that, I don't know that I can find any fault in the way you process the meeting, Chairperson. Secondly, Comrade MPC keeps raising this issue, but this is how democracies work. As I understand it, as the majority party, we accept proposals on their specific merits, whether it comes from a party on the right of the political spectrum or the far, well, there's no far left that I know of. Well, I don't know of any far left. I know people pretend to be far left. But wherever people say, wherever they come from, whichever party, if they making a point that it makes sense to the majority party and we agree with it, then we should accept that proposal on its merits, knowing full well that the party that makes that proposal that we accept will probably choose not to vote for the report. The only issue that Comrade MPC raises, but remember in the Section 75 bill, this is the way the rules provide and the Constitution, there's no provincial vote on this. As I know, there is a provincial vote, but ultimately, I think in this case, we can check with the lawyers. I think offline, can you engage with the Legal Services Unit and Comrade MPC so we settle this matter once and for all? There may be some aspect to what he's saying that deals with the fact that provincial mandates here. But in that case, then I think discuss this thing offline. But from what I can see, Dennis is not doing anything unusual, but maybe I'm wrong.
Thank you, Honorable Karim. I see you, Honorable Ryder. I think last meeting we have a discussion on the matter, and we even consulted the advocate Jenkins on the matter. And because here the report speaks about the processes that we have followed in terms of processing this division of revenue bill, the mandates as they come, they are reflected in the report. And if political parties decide to say they are still going to consult on the adoption of the report or whatever, because there's still another process, the final process where we are going to present the report to the House, where political parties can air their views. Your advice on this item, specifically on this item, I think it's welcomed that we need to relook into the way we are dealing with the division of revenue, not specifically this one, but going forward, as to having given a mandate by a province, not by a party, can you differ with the mandate that you have from the province? But for now, honorable members, this is how we have dealt with, and we have consulted Advocate Jenkins, and that's how he advised that they have the right. But we can further consult our legal gurus in terms of this matter, in terms of this matter, because we are dealing with mandates that came from the provinces. Honorable Rider.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chairperson, I don't want to enter into a big debate about my earlier comments. Really just to say that I thought it was a reasonable expectation that we would do things today like we've done them before, where we've spent a little bit more time on the recommendations section. I've made my point. I don't want to labor it. I hear the other inputs, and I made it quite clear that you as the chairperson have the right to decide how you wish to run the meeting. I made that point clear right at the beginning, so and I stand by that. Just regarding the Honourable MPC's point of view, and I think it's important to draw the distinction and to remind what we as the National Council of Provinces do and what we are. We as permanent delegates wear two hats specifically. The one is as a provincial delegate. And I think that if unfortunately the Honourable MPC wasn't in our last meeting, but had he been, I think he would have been more than happy with the way that I represented the province and presented their report, and in fact congratulated him and his team for having done a good job submitting a comprehensive report with good recommendations that Treasury reacted to quite well. And I presented the province's position in full agreement in accordance with their mandate. However, the other issue is that I wear another hat in the National Council of Provinces, and that is for the electorate, noting that we are assigned to the National Council of Provinces in terms of a proportional representation, in terms of the votes that are won. So I wear not only the hat of the province, but I also wear the hat of the political party that I have been elected to represent. So I must therefore present both views, and there are different times when we get to present the different points of view. So in agreeing with comments as a result of the mandate given by our provinces, we maybe appear to be agreeing and consenting. However, when it comes time for us to represent our political parties, we must make those points clearly known and clearly stated. So I think perhaps it's important to note those two different hats that one must wear, and always remember to be wearing the appropriate hat at the appropriate time. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Rider. I hear you saying I have the right as the chairperson to decide how I run the meeting. In as much as I agree with you, but I have never been a dictator. I have always given you an opportunity, and I still stand by my earlier comment that I feel this is unfair because you were given an opportunity to go through the documents even in the meeting. And Honorable BC and Honorable Karim, they have re-emphasized that. Let's not rotate on the issue. You have made your comments. We have made our comments. Let's agree that we can't find each other on this little point, but overall we have worked well together, engaged each other, and we are saying we will go further in terms of the legality of what is being done, because all the time we are trying to make sure that we encourage each other to do things by the book, and we don't do things in a different way. And legislatures, it looks like, from what Honorable Mbisi said in our previous meeting, is that they are not doing it like we do. So we will further consult but we don't doubt, because it's not the first time we do it in this term. It has been done like this also in the previous terms. But if there is any change that needs to be done, we will be advised by the legal gurus. Thank you very much, honorable members. The report has been adopted. We are now going to the last but one item, which is the minutes. The minutes were also sent to members in time, and I will do the same. I will follow the same procedure as we usually do, that members must comment through the secretariat if there's anything that they want to comment on or change. My apologies, honorable members. Secretariat. Okay. Page 1 of the minutes. Members. Am I audible, members?
You are audible, Chair, and we're on track with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can hear you, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you. Page 2 of the minutes. Page 3 of the minutes. Page 4 of the minutes. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10. And page 11. Honorable members, can I get a mover for the adoption of the minutes as a true reflection of the discussions of the previous meeting of the 20th May 2020?
Chairperson, Eunice.
Eunice?
Yeah, even though you went very fast through the minutes and you did adopt the normal procedure, I won't reserve my rights. I'll actually vote for the adoption. Thank you.
And the opposite is what you meant. I was very slow. Thank you, Honorable Karim. Seconder for the minutes as a true reflection of the discussions.
Chairperson, Dennis.
Yes.
Even though you went at the normal pace, that is quite the norm, and we accept that you normally go at this speed. And I'd like to second the the adoption of the minutes.
Was I fast as well? Was I fast even in the minutes?
No, Chair. My point is, you went at the usual pace. Fast or slow doesn't matter. You know, fast in a Ferrari and fast on a bicycle is two very different things. So it all depends on circumstances, Chair.
Unfortunately, I can't be with you on that comparison, because I don't know the fast of Ferrari. I only know the fast of a bicycle, honorable rider. So next time you must make me experience that other things, so that I can be able to compare. So honorable members,
I've only seen it, never felt.
You what?
I say I've only seen it, Chair. I've never felt it.
Okay. Honorable members, I think we are at the last point of our program, which is closure. I really want to appreciate your commitment, your contributions are really welcomed. Your inputs are welcomed. I want to take this opportunity to make a special thanks and a humble thanks to the members of the special delegates members from the provinces, and I hope that members will also avail themselves for the sitting on the 2nd when we present this report to the House on the 2nd. So the logistics, in as far as time is concerned, will be communicated to members through their WIPARI, and also the procedure. I think the NCOP has also communicated to us as members individually to participate in the dry run in terms of how the sitting is going to be done, because not all of us will be in Cape Town for the sitting. But then we will keep in communication so that members are aware beforehand and are prepared for the 2nd. Thank you very much, honorable members, and please stay safe, keep safe. Don't be too excited about level 3. We still maintain the discipline and lead by example. Thank you very much, honorable members. Have a blessed day.
Thank you,
Thank
Chairperson.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. Enjoy your day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Bye-bye.
Chairperson.
Wonderful. Great stuff.
Thank you, Comrade
Ah,
Zolani.
Kiva.
Yes, comrade.
Kunjani?
Sikhala kunjani kamani?
Hayi ngiyabona.
Hey, be careful there in the Western Cape. That's Wuhan of South Africa.
You are starting another debate, ne? Just log off.
Sounds
Because
good.
in the next meeting, we will be expected to debate what you are raising now out of the meeting. Let's
Thank
log
you.
off, comrade.
Thank you,
Comrade
comrade.
Jadu, I'll call you now.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
you.